Zet.
Gaat de rug af.
Oké, die uit doet. Sabelaan. Als maar net dan kan je
Sebelakar. Kebalik.
Dieser Mann,
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والشمس وضحاها والقمر إذا تلاها والنهار إذا جلاها والنهار إذا جلاها والليل إذا يغشاها والسماء وما بناها والأرض وما طحاها ونفس وما سواها فألهمها فجورها وتقواها قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها كذبت ثمود بطغواها إذ انبعث أشقاها قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها كذبت ثمود بطغواها إذ انبعث أشقاها فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله وسقياها قد أفلح من زكاها قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها كذبت ثمود بطغواها إذ انبعث أشقاها فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله وسقياها فكذبوه فعقروها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فسواها فكذبوه فعقروها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فسواها ولا يخاف عقباها صدق الله العظيم.
ضياء منه القمر يستحي كل النساء تود أن تكون مثلك يا عائشة بنت أبي بكر حبيب رسول الله فازت بقلب خير المرسلين في العلم فاقت علم كل العالمين خبر الجليل يصفه جبريل يجوب الدنيا عائشة حبك لو حب من يحبه فصرت حب الناس لقلوب المسلمين بنت أبي بكر حبيبي رفيق النبي رسول الله عائشة حبك لو حب من يحبه فصرت حب الناس لقلوب المسلمين بنت أبي بكر عائشة حميرة حبيب رفيق النبي رسول الله رفيقة النبي في الحياة حب النبي لها يفوق معجزات يا عائشة بنت أبي بكر زوجة رسول الله رفيقة النبي في الحياة حب النبي لها يفوق المعجزات يا عائشة بنت أبي بكر زوجة رسول الله عائشة حبك لو حب من يحبه فصرت حب ناس لقلوب المسلمين بنت أبي بكر حبيبي رفيق النبي رسول الله عائشة حبك لو حب من يحبه فصرت حب ناس
أهلا وسهلا وحياكم الله وكل عام وأنتم بخير. ما شاء الله تبارك الله. It is اليوم 9 من رمضان 1447 هجري والموافق يوم الجمعة. ما شاء الله تبارك الله, it is the 9th coming to the evening of the 10th tonight with Allah's qudra after يعني at Maghrib. ما شاء الله تبارك الله. May Allah accept the beautiful patterns that we have designed and have we crafted in our lifestyles and in our life modules in order to attempt a noble attempt by yourself to gauge how authentic you are in your age. The concept of fasting has multiple dimensions, people. You and I are only busy with the very we are busy in the elementary stages of this process. If you have reached the age of puberty, then you would have reached a much different understanding of fasting as what Allah speaks about, not as what to another human being or something that you did not witness. You need to get your authentic, legitimate, original stampy. You must get it from the one who has created you, the one who has created all. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. That is the stamp, that is the khatam, that is what you would require in the age of Qiyam. Qiyam, since COVID, you have been transversed, mothers and sisters. You are no longer where you were in a age, okay? Psychologically, you would now either be infiltrated by the artificial intelligence, okay? As what the psychology and the landscape of your mind is designed in your psychology, AI will appear to be so efficient and so effective in technology that it would erase the past world and life that you experienced pre-COVID. Okay? You are now going to experience in your psychology, people, alles is te doen met julle kop, with your minds, okay? Because most of you did not get entry into the heart, okay? This is a spiritual age, but now because you did not get to that level of puberty, okay, you have to run on the old version in an artificial simulation, okay? So psychologically, what happens now here is they have to give you a digital format as to how to process, to maintain the same synthetic Allah, God, Prophet, religion that you had pre-COVID. Because now COVID, now the simulation in your minds is going to be out of this world. Like you can do something without paying for it. Like you can have a photo, you can have a video made, you can make a video of yourself and it will cost you not 1 cent, people. You can do a lot of things now for absolutely free, okay? You can run an accounting program. So your son that you paid for 100, 200,000 for an accounting account at UCT, it's going to be useless now, okay? The guy that did computer coding, it's all going to come back to where your past world would be crumbling in bits and pieces, okay? This is happening in your brains, guys, in your psychology, because obviously there is a pattern, there's a programming, there's an operational system that you have to now fraudulently simulate because you did not get to your fitra, your natural disposition, your natural operational system, your authentic original blueprint, okay? This was necessary because you were in the past world, in the past reality, in the past psychology, and you were living in the crucifixion. Okay, you killed your Jesus, yani, because most of the prophets that you know, it is biblical based. You have no idea what the Quran speaks about the Anbiya. Most of your teachers and your scholars are mostly influenced through the biblical scriptures, okay, of where Jesus came from and where it originated and where Beit Laham and where Hebron and all these places are all biblical, people. It has nothing to do with the Quran, okay? So most of your information and your data regarding these stories are 99% from any other sources other than from the Quran, right? So most of you have the information directly from Babylon, from the Bible. Like the way you understand Nabi Isa, the way you understand Nabi Musa, the way you understand Nabi Idris, the way you know John and Paul, the way you know Enoch's, yani, it's all biblical, people. You have, as when I look at and engage with most of you people, your understanding of the Quran is mostly imported from the Bible. Most of you have that understanding of Jesus as what the Bible. You have no understanding what the Quran has to say about it because you have been following blindly in your lives. Okay, so imagine you've been given artificial data all your life, and now artificial intelligence is coming in and it's giving you a fast run for your money. Okay, it's giving you a stimulation and it's giving you a bliss that it's putting you into a faster lane. Okay, you need yani more faster gratification. You need faster results. You want it just now. You know you're going to become so artificial that you would not even want to know yourself. You will self-inflict hate. That is the conjure. That is the aggregate that you as a civilization, after having been, and I as a civilization, after having been destroyed by COVID in psychology, okay, we are now suffering. We're going to suffer, people. We're going to inflict harm on ourselves. Okay, this what I'm telling you is on point. I know what I'm speaking about. Okay, not I, we know. Why am I doing this? I'm not doing this to antagonize you. Never. I'm doing this for those children that are one day going to come across these things as they go through their journey. And they're going to want to understand, like, how are we going to get to the next lane? How are we going to get to the next stage? How are we going to purge? How are we going to undress? How are we going to redress? How are we going to focus? When at least there was someone in the forest that had a heart for people he did not need to know, but he needed to do what Allah had commanded him to do. Okay? Here in this conscious age, okay, in this Ba'ath, like put it like as the Ba'ath party. You know, Saddam was from the Ba'ath party, and Assad was from the Ba'ath party. Okay, these were the ways in which the Arabs had used the name spells, okay, to hold the hegemony over the Muslim doctrine, over the Islamic world. Yeah, okay. These are things that has been mentioned in our scriptures. Okay. There's no way that you can have a foreign teacher and educate you and I of something which is sovereign and authentic, specifically only to your soul family. It's impossible. Impossible, people. those of you and I who have founded our gurus in other cultures, okay, in other lands, okay, it means that the God that you had created, okay, the God that you are simulating, the Rab, let's call him the Rab, is a foreign Rab to your authenticity, guys. He's not from your authentic cut, okay? So what you are actually saying here is that you forged to find a God outside of your sovereign space, okay? Because the God that you were supposed to have found, the Rab, he had forsaken you to the Cape of Good Hope. Okay. Your story of your life is going to come out now, where everything you have been doing in your past world, whether you were busy with Islamic relief work, or whether you were busy with charity work, or whether you were busy NPO work, or whether you were busy sending people for free for Hajj, everything is going to be exposed now in your lives, people. This is clear. Nobody is going to stop it. Okay. When you come to this age, in puberty, in cycles, and in stages, okay, you have to get your next generations ready so that they do not fall into the suicidal wave that their parents and their last generations are now currently going to be finding themselves in. Okay, so the soul tribes, the authentic, original, streetwise children of the soul family, they would sketch and draft the sidewalk, okay, in order to get the next authentic children, the authentic ones, not the wannabe who they are not want to get legitimacy in the West and still wants to bring the white supremacy down. You don't shit in the same plate where you eat from, people. That doesn't work like that in life. Okay. What you and I are now going to experience in this metamorphosis, in the cycle that you are now going to be experiencing in life, is that your currency is going to be authenticity. Okay, that's going to be the passport, the visa that you're going to need, as a matter of not wanting to be who you are not. Okay, at this stage, with your understanding of religion, it is going to be a very difficult task for you to be authentic and follow a foreign doctrine. Okay, you had to find your authenticity to be with Allah, to be with your Rabb. Okay, you cannot have forged a spiritual, authentic connection and you paid the person under the table. Okay, you gotta be upfront now. You gotta be who you are. You gotta be most authentic, original side of you. That is who you need to be. Your expression needs to be as what you would always be in your normal natural space. Okay, this is what is ordained in this time of your hashr. Okay, in as far as the story is concerned, there is a story that you have to narrate. There is an oral tradition that your forefathers had always been following since since their inception. Okay, the authentic ways, the authentic rituals, the authentic diets. Okay, hulle borreltjies en eetjies en hulle knoflook en hulle sifeye koffiet en hulle blomkool And these are things that you must pride in your heritage. Okay? Julle droë snoek. Daai al die lekker goedes man. Die appelkoesie konfyt en die vye konfyt en die tamaletjies en die vis met kool en die breedies en die you can go on and on because you are authentic. You don't have to go and study it anymore. You don't have to have AI write you a speech because the English that you learn now, AI is going to insult your intelligence. Okay? You're being substituted here, people. With all the fake knowledge that you had acquired, AI is going to expose my and your ill efficiency and underrated education. You think you've got a doctorate, wallahi, you're going to look as if you're a midget now because you have nothing that is authentic. Okay? Most of the religion, since it has lost its essence and spirit, it's left you artificial, synthetic. Okay? So you can well imagine what an authentic lifestyle looks in light of a false God narrative. Right? This was the moment, people. This was the Qiyam. This was when Allah promised us, it wasn't going to be something regarding us being some supernatural people. No. It wasn't us being religiously indoctrinated. No. We used all different features to check whether any of those features and those operational systems could retain your authentic blueprint operational orientations. Okay? And that it would be able to activate all your natural senses so that you could differentiate and distinguish between an artificial experience as what you lived pre-COVID. Everything that you experienced before COVID would now appear as artificial for what is coming. Okay? That is what Allah is doing to you when the Ma'idah comes. There's a table coming down now, okay? A four-corner table in your intellect, in your operational system, okay? This was the request, of the Hawariyuna. They wanted at the time that they are now experiencing how Allah is bringing from death, life, from a simulation before COVID. Now Allah is now busy remodeling your psychology in conscious. Okay? يخرج الحي من الميت ويخرج الميت من الحي. Okay? Now there's the Hawariyuna asked Allah through the allegory, through the metaphor of Isa ibn Maryam, okay, because you are birthing a original experience here, okay. You are getting you're getting the best of the harvest. Let's put it that way, okay. Now you have to be very certain as to whether you're going to partake in this, okay. If you don't know where you are, then lay and mark as of the daughters, guys. You're going to get very sore if you're going to be pretending now. The days of pretentious ways is over. You got to come out original now, okay? The Twee Gafrit story is not going to work. The Mudabdabina Baina Dhalik is not going to work. You got to be who you are as how Allah knows you. That's how you have to be in Qiyam. Don't be what other one wants you to be because then you're not going to be in your ruh, okay? Don't be what others told you to be. Be who you are and be in your honest, right. Your honesty is going to be your greatest weapon now. Okay, if you know who you are, mashallah, tabarakallah. This is the promise, as Allah says, yani. And whenever Allah is giving this upgrade, your children of the soul, family, when Allah gives you this opportunity in your lives, mashallah, tabarakallah, Allah, not He, I cannot associate Allah to a masculine nor to a feminine. We have to know Allah as how best we know ourselves. So when you say Allah is a He, it means that you are masculine dominated. If you reflect on Allah as a she, it means you are feminine dominated in your biology and your psychology and in your metaphysics. Okay, you gotta find the balance now. Okay, because Ar-Rahman allama al-Quran khalaqa al-insan. I have to get done because I've got an invitation I have to honor. So just in order to complete this, the ultimate prize for the one that takes the crown in this age, as what the allegory of the metaphoric or the metaphor of Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, is who can understand the Quran in a new designated ta'wil interpretation, a complete new interpretation, nothing to do with what you ever believed in the past. The Quran has the story. Okay, what Yusuf gets, what he gets to understand from the dream of the king, is that he was able to decipher the actual new story that the Quran was encrypted to be unveiled, okay, in the new age, because there was an abrogation since COVID. Whatever you believe in, people, and you are not able to unplug of that narration, that riwayah, okay, you are now officially believing in an abrogated cycle, an abrogated system. It doesn't exist. It is artificial. Okay, it's something which doesn't have stimulation. It has no authenticity to it any longer. That's why they are doing all the things they are doing in Saudi Arabia, because they, as a cultural city, knows that they have been replaced and substituted in a narrative as per the Quran. And there is currently a new digital narrative coming for the digital children. Okay, they will live on this narrative and stories and this new mindset. Look, their understanding of the kalima, of the word, is going to be night and day in comparison to what you understood. The word dhalika, the word hadha, the word in. Every word of the Quran is going to have to change now. Okay, every meaning is going to change here, guys, because the frequency is now in the digital combination. Okay, little of you will understand, because Allah always says وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ in Surah Al-Shu'ara. Okay, it's not easy because you have to do the ultimate sacrifice. Okay, you have to die for the sins. Okay? For your sins, for my sins, for the next generation's sins. In other words, you have to embrace the stage of Isa bin Maryam. Okay? You have to be the authentic son. You have to be the authentic prophet. You have to be the authentic, original blueprint in order for this to culminate to a reality. Okay? So, mashallah, it's a beautiful moment that awaits the world. A very, very beautiful moment that we are anticipating, mashallah. Ridwan Mayers, mashallah, Allah give you barakat. It means I mean in Arabic. In the original talk, okay? If you're gonna go to Jannah and then you don't have any Arabic words, at least you can say Yani. Okay, but it's inorganic because comes from the ya and the noon. Okay, the noon is the knee. Okay, because you have the knee when you get into that yani sujjadan, right? Yeah, so I have to get done now, inshallah. But just to keep this momentum incoming for the digital yani hybrids of our community of our we are mostly in denial that we created hybrids in our homes. Okay, they are half human, they are half alien because uh, they are active in a digital space, which you as a past generation and has no understanding how that frequency is module. Okay, it's a dark energy, it is a low yani key of a reality. Okay, obviously Allah has created everything in pairs, everything has a duality. There's a dark side and there's a light side, it has a bright side and there's a dim side. Okay, you as a civilization, you only know the dark side. Okay, that's the dark web, right? And in that dark web, you mixed it up with religion. Okay, but you up until now, the light has never gone on because you have never entered the new Bayt, the Baytul Ma'mur. Okay, that Bayt is your authentic identity, your original stamp, your chapi, okay, your yani the one who you are. That's the only identity that you're going to get access into this house because that's how nature and it treats each one fairly. Okay, so your spirituality is going to outlive religion. Okay, because spirituality is about how to enhance your conscious communication and connection with all that nature holds and honors. Okay, that's what you need to come to friendly relationships with. Okay, that's what you need to activate as you're going forward. So, a complete new spiritual yani, format is what Musa in this new advent that he is now yani, casting with Harun. Remember, Fir'aun says, innahuma la sahirani. Okay, it's correct what Fir'aun is saying because Allah doesn't lie. But you must understand what he is casting. Because after he pulled the lihyati of Harun en vir hom geklap het op sy kop, you must realize what happened. That was those who, like, if you look at how some of these orthodox people are carrying on, it's exactly what is being projected in that verses. Okay, in Surah Al-Anbiya, Surah Al-Qasas, right? Where the Samiri, the summer spell also comes into that format, right? The Quran now, she's revealing her Jawhara, her essence. Okay, those who love the Quran, because that's where we come from, guys. We didn't come from anybody else. We came from where the Quran was originated from. And once that Misra, once that Kanz is opened up, then Yusuf can find his legitimate place to rule over the new earth. Okay, because now he can understand the new interpretation that Allah has placed in the kalima, and now the Ruh of Isa has given it a new tamdeed, extension and expansion of a conscious experience in its authenticity. MashaAllah. This was given to the ummah of the people of the south. Okay, those are soul tribes, people. South is a direction. Yani Allah lillahi al-mashariq wal-magharib. But when we speak about the south, it comes to the junub. Okay, now the junub Hulle het altyd gesê as jy junub is, dan moet jy gaan money vir jou. Okay. Junub is comes from a very important word, which is the jim, that is the major player in the transformation of this entire cycle. Okay, it's equivalent to the E in the English language. Okay, because both of them holds the fifth string. Now, the Nob is the Munib, it's the Naba, it's the Noba, it's the opportunity, and it is the recycling of the organic and authentic operations. Right. Coming back, Munibina ilayhi. Right. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. This is for the lilladina amanu, for those who were always safeguarded. Amanu means safeguarded in their authentic frequencies, not believe. Amanu is not believe. Amnun لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من خوف وآمن. Where is that word آمن? وآمنهم من جوع. آمن here, what's the meaning of آمن? آمن here means that safeguarded them, which means الذين يؤمنون, those who were safeguarded in their nature, their natural disposition, their fitra, their blueprint has always been authentically shielded and guarded. Okay, that is what Allah is speaking about, not those who have certain beliefs. No, guys, you are on the wrong buzz here. The God that you are busy with is a biased God. Okay, a totally biased God. Allah has always taken care of those who took care of themselves. Okay, وَلَيَنْصُرَنَّ اللَّهَ مَنْ يَنْصُرُ. Those who remain authentic and loyal to their nature, they are the people who are mu'minun. Not religion, nature. Come back to your nature, come back to your authenticity. That's the way forward here, guys. Okay, because you must remember, since COVID, since you closed your mosques, people, if you close something and render it no longer fit for service, for example, you make your Jum'ahs is now cancelled, right? Now, how do you in a text now go and activate a new command to say that that ayah that was valid is now invalid and now it's valid again? You can't do that to the Quran. You're playing with live wires. Fas'aw ila dhikrillahi wa dharul bay'. Okay, that was the ayah in which you made Jum'ah fard. Now, which ayah cancelled it and which ayah reactivated it? You're making a mockery of Allah at the end. Okay, so most of you have been destroying your own heritage, your own whatever you want to call it, command stations. But you have to find a complete new script, a complete new operational system, a complete new identity of who you and who Allah is and who your Rabb is and who Muhammad is, because the past is dead. It doesn't exist. There's no ruh there, people. There's no life there. Okay, you're just gonna find fantasies there and new museums and new this, and because it's now a dead cult. Okay, if you are not of the soul tribes that was mu'minun, that was safeguarded and secured in their legitimate identities and in their sovereign orientations, people, then you have come to the level of how you blame the Yahud. We are in that similar kind of stage of degrading our authenticity. Okay? This is in the Quran. Whatever I'm telling you is directly inspired from the book of Revelation. The final, it is the only book. It was only the only book. It was always the only book. The other book was this field to spill me. Okay? But Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, once again, as we close off, our great admiration and our great connection is to our ancestors. People, we don't speak about ancestors that built masjids. We speak about ancestors that never dies. Okay? Where those who are speaking about building a legacy, you don't build legacies in Jahannam. After a civilization was destroyed, you gotta find a complete new team. Allah sends new infrastructure. Allah sends new visions, visionaries, new architects, new engineers, how to recast a civilization that would be nothing that what the past were. So nobody that participated and was the cause of the past civilization's destruction, they cannot be authentically part of such a movement. Okay? This movement and motion is not searching for numbers. It's unauthentic. You've got to be your authentic self. You got to be your authentic honesty. You got to be who you are by your nature. And it's very little that can be that. Very little, because almal is besig om in te sit. Almal is busy to chase a dollar. Maar alles is besig met sommige is besig om te title. Sommige is besig om te defend iets, but hulle completely the opposite doen in hulle actions, because it's actions that works, not talk that works in him. Okay? So this system that is now coming in, that we are what can I say? We are designing, mashallah, tabarakallah. It is not for everyone, people. Let's just understand that we are not here as popularists. We are not here to gain the crowd's admiration or to get support or to get votes. We don't do that. That's unauthentic. We live it as it is, because that's how we live the Jannah world. Okay? And that would be an exclusive reality in a world that Allah alone would keep as what is kept a promise. His promise, Allah's promise, inshallah. So enjoy the beautiful Laylatul Sabt, and have a beautiful Puka, and get your authenticities sharpened. بإذن الله. بارك الله فيكم وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
يا مصطفى كل شيء لله يا نورا من نور الله يا مصطفى كل شيء